recently, Trump decided to talk to Russia about foreign policy on helping cybersecurity, helping protect the election from foreign impact. And Lindsey Graham put this in words by saying, talking to Russia about cybersecurity is like talking to a Rob about chemical weapons.
The 2016 election experienced interference from foreign entities, such as Russia, according to the Washington Post on July 7th of 2016. This interference showed loopholes in the system. If this continues, citizens will no longer be able to trust the elections or their democracy, asking the question, how can the U.S. stop foreign interference? By making more proactive actions, such as classifying infrastructure, increasing cybersecurity, and increasing retaliation.
The first and foremost way that we can prevent foreign officials from interfering in our election is by classifying our elections as critical infrastructure. The Department of Homeland Security, on June 27th of this year, defined critical infrastructure systems as systems that are the backbone of American society. Elections are most definitely a fundamental right and are crucial to American society. The nation, on June 7th of this year, defined critical infrastructure systems, such as elections, by saying this would be in the same category as the national bank and as power grid systems. The elections are clearly as important as these two, which is why we must categorize them as critical infrastructure. The Hill, on March 17th of this year, said by allowing elections to be categorized as classical infrastructure, the Department of Homeland Security would be able to allocate more funds, training, and assistance throughout the entire election cycle. This would allow us to prevent foreign officials from hacking into our election. And we can do this by passing the SAFE Act. The SAFE Act is a bill that has already been introduced into Congress. By passing this, elections would be categorized as critical infrastructure. Congressman Keith Ellison, the writer of this bill, said by passing the SAFE Act and allowing elections to be considered critical infrastructure, we'd be able to fundamentally restore the right and faith in free and fair elections.
In addition to categorizing elections as critical infrastructure, the U.S. also must improve its cybersecurity, especially during the campaign. During the 2016 election, many hacks were experienced overall. However, according to The Hill on July 2nd of 2017, one of the biggest was the Democratic Party email leak. This leak leaked many emails that had supposed incriminating evidence about the Democratic Party, and on top of this, it had sensitive campaign information. So if emails like this are being leaked, there clearly needs to be some kind of system to prevent this from happening, because with this, foreign powers can change how the American people view a political party or a specific candidate. How we do this is by changing the federal server itself in two ways. The federal server, A, needs to have everybody on it. So if you're running for presidency, you need to be on that federal server when you share campaign information so it cannot be hacked, especially if you're sharing sensitive information. And on top of this, the federal server itself needs to be improved, because if Russian hackers can hack into an entire party's email server, there needs to be an advance in cybersecurity. And America has seen many improvements in cybersecurity in the recent years, and it would be in America's best interest to improve the cybersecurity on the campaign trail. And when we do this, according to CNN on June 22nd of 2017, it will prevent foreign powers from interfering with our election, because they won't be able to shape the American people's view of a candidate or political party based on emails they choose to hack and release.
And not only can cybersecurity help combat these problems, another way that we can get rid of foreign influence on our elections is by increasing retaliatory measures. As the Atlantic states, on June 26th of 2017, what the United States does right now in order to help these issues is by implementing sanctions and dealing with foreign diplomats. However, within the past election, we can see that these measures are not working. As Vox Media states, on July 13th of 2017, Donald Trump is stalling Congress from implementing sanctions on Russia because of the fact that he does not want to embarrass his political career, thus creating political panic. Donald Trump is causing the Americans to to see that we need more effective and faster ways of combating these issues. And if we do this and combat these issues together and show that America will react, foreign influences will, it will show that foreign influences cannot influence the election, and we will combat the problem as a whole.
American democracies can only be upheld if the United States has free and fair elections, which is why it's critical that we ask today's question. How can the United States prevent foreign intervention in the future elections? The answer to this question is that the United States needs to adopt more proactive measures. 3 measures that the United States can adopt is: first, classify elections as critical infrastructure; second, improve cybersecurity; and last, increase retaliatory measures. As another famous quote by Lindsey Graham is, "An attack on one is an attack on all," which means that an attack on American elections is an attack on America, and it should be stopped at all costs.
So I am Aquaman. And Aquaman is obviously not the most popular superhero. Other superheroes are super strong. They can fly and shoot lasers out of their eyes. And I can get a fish to do a backflip, I guess. And this may not seem like the most useful superpower, but we have to decide if you want to kill me because I don't have a really cool superpower like these 3 may have. Especially because 2 of the superheroes in this debate, Wonder Woman and Raven, they can literally fly. Like, what are they doing in a hot air balloon? Why wouldn't they just fly everywhere they go? Because I know I would. Also, I know that I love me an underdog story. These 3 are going to try to get me kicked off the stage as soon as possible. But I'm counting on you guys to help me get to the final. I know that we're going to prove them wrong together. Like I said, we're going to take Aquaman all the way to the final, and we're going to win this thing. Thank you.
All right, next up, let's hear from Kermit.
Who the hell are you? I'm Ant-Man, said Ant-Man. So why shouldn't we kick me out of the hot air balloon? Because I'm literally the size of an ant. I weigh 1 to 5 milligrams. There's no strategic advantage to kicking me out of the balloon. Especially when Wonder Woman weighs 165 pounds and Raven weighs 139 pounds. So I think we see who should go here. Also accounting for the fact that they can literally fly. So why are they trying to stay on the hot air balloon? Because they're trying to kill me. They're just cold-blooded killers. Now, which is why you should tell them to go fly away and stop trying to murder an innocent ant. Also, the fact that I'm an ant, but I could still destroy any one of these people in a fight. So, they shouldn't even try. Clearly, Ant-Man's the best superhero here, because who else can go from a human to an ant? Who else can change the size of other people and other objects? Who else can telepathically communicate with any of the 10 quintillion insects on this world? That's right, it's Ant-Man.
All right, next up we'll hear from Bhairavi.
Okay. For reference, I'm Raven from the Teen Titans. So, being in a hot air balloon that's sinking isn't an ideal situation. With 4 lives at stake here, it's important that you, the audience, pick the best fit superhero to survive. My counterpart's Aquaman, who I'm still confused why he's in a hot air balloon in the first place. Wonder Woman, who I guess would rather not fly today, and Ant-Man, the most minuscule of all superheroes, literally. The main reasons you should vote to keep me on the hot air balloon are as follows. First, I'm an empath, meaning I can sense and alter the emotions of others, allowing me to induce calmness and suppress negativity. Something that could come in handy, say you were ever in the situation of being trapped in a sinking hot air balloon. Yeah, I know that's crazy. Not like that would ever happen. Second, I can absorb the pain of the wounded and induce rapid healing. Again, something that could be useful in the case my fellow passengers decide to be stupid and, say, burn themselves. And third, I have telekinesis and astral projection, allowing me to form shields, barriers, and platforms, and literally anything else you can think of. Because I can help keep everyone calm, safe, and protected, I urge you to vote to keep me on the hot air balloon. Thanks.
Yeah, sorry. My computer is, of course, messing up right now.
You ready, Ashton?
Yeah. It's coming up on my phone. I have to find it. This. I'm Princess Diana of Themyscira, or some mortals may know Wonder Woman, and I urge you to keep me on this hot air balloon. This is for 3 reasons. The first being, I am a demigod who can defend this hot air balloon against anything. I've been able to defend people from bullets to death laser beams from the god Ares. Which, of course, is a pretty broad scale, but hey, at least I'm effective in killing gods, and not fish. Secondly, I am one of the strongest people here, being able to throw a tank as if it were just a measly softball. And lastly, I am invincible. I have 0 weaknesses, so I'm the perfect person to stay on here so I can defend everyone. It's for these reasons why I encourage you to let me stay here on this balloon. Thank you.
All right, so who gets to stay and who goes? So when I hold my hand over the person, if you want them to go, cheer real loudly. So whoever gets the loudest cheer is out of the balloon. All right, so let's start down here with Aquaman. Woo! Rayhan, you'll take action. All right, so Rayhan, let's hear it.
So here it is, guys. Round 2. We're 2/3 of the way there. At this part of the round, I like to start attacking one of the remaining superheroes, Wonder Woman. But I'm gonna start referring to her as a loser lady. You know why? Wonder Woman may be one of the most boring superheroines ever created. Most superheroes have unique weapons like Captain America's shield or Aquaman's trident, but what does Loser Lady have? A rope. It's a rope. It's a rope called the lasso of truth, and literally all it does is make people tell the truth. And I have no idea how that would be useful in a battle. Like, when is she gonna make them tell the truth, and then they're just gonna decide to walk away and not fight her? Wonder Woman should be booted not only because she can fly and doesn't need to be on the hot air balloon in the first place, but also because she's literally so boring. We're so close. The underdog is almost at the top. Let's keep voting for Aquaman and let's win this thing.
Am I ready?
Oh, okay, so you just clash against the person to your left?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're Aquaman, right? Okay.
Okay, first, let's just start off by talking about Aquaman. Honestly, don't know why you guys voted to keep him here in the first place. But, okay, moving on. His powers are a regrettable mix of silly, useless, and restrained to an environment in which no one lives on except Aquaman. Ooh, and he can talk to dolphins. Pretty cool, but completely useless in a hot air balloon. The most important thing he's done is by scooping intoxicated sea kayakers out of the murky waters of a YMCA swimming pool. He should just go back to the ocean where he belongs and not stay on a hot air balloon, whereas I could help everyone and make it better. Thanks.
So let's start off on Raven by going into her backstory. First off, she is a half demon. That she would make the most rational decisions on this boat. It's not a boat, but metaphorically. Second, theoretically, she could possibly mind control you all into voting for her to stay on the balloon. So why would you even listen to her in the first place? At least with Wonder Woman, you know where I stand and you know that I am a good guy. Thank you.
All right, let's see who's staying and who's gone. Remember, cheer for the one you want to go. All right, so.
Okay, let's just talk about the problems with Wonder Woman. She came up here and told you that she has no weaknesses whatsoever. But let's keep in mind that if this girl's bracelets got tied together, she would lose all her superpowers. Second, if her bracelets were ever lost or broken, she could go into an uncontrollable rage. I could easily telepathically take the bracelets off her hands and throw them off the side of the airplane. So let's just keep in mind that I'm the only superhero on this, the only superhero on this hot air balloon that could actually help everyone, and I would be the only one that's worth saving, because Superwoman does have some issues. Wonder Woman does have some issues. I'm the most helpful one that's on the I keep saying shit. I'm the most helpful one that's on this hot air balloon, and you should allow me to stay because I'm going to be able to help the most people if I end up surviving in the end. Thank you.
I think you should save me for these 3 reasons. 1, my powers as a god killer could actually help stop anything from harming us, unlike creating black holes that will literally suck up the hot air balloon and kill us instantly. And unlike some of the other previously mentioned heroes, I was perfectly sane. I never decided to, go on a murderous rampage. I'm not a teenager, first off, like Raven is. And last time I checked, I didn't want to harm anyone. I just want to help people. That is the basis of my entire character. And lastly, I can't be harmed by anything. You could probably stab Raven and she would die. Or at least be sent back to hell. Keep me on this hot air balloon. Not only could I protect us on our journey, but I can also save the world right after. Thank you.
All right, then, our superhero enthusiast,
Wow.
Wonder Woman or Raven?
It was a great debate. I'm a fan of Wonder Woman. I love the movie, but the golden lasso of truth compels me to declare Teen Titans go! Jade Nicholson and Maggie Weber. Michael. Okay, and so are y'all ready?
Before I start, there's something I think I should tell y'all. I'm a pretty big deal. That's right, you're looking at a world-class, top-notch, 5-star board gamer. I know, it's pretty intimidating. Even my older brother tries to usurp me from my rightful place at the throne. Recently, John and I decided to get out the board game, Sorry. You know the one. The objective is to try to knock your opponents off the board before then making your way to home base. If you succeed, you're supposed to yell, sorry, and then gloat. So there we were, drawing card after card like wildfire. John was inching his way closer to home base, and then, success. I drew a 5 and knocked his sorry butt off the board. Sorry, not sorry, John, but there's only one queen in this castle.
You know me. No, not macaroni. This word comes from the book series called A Man of His Word by Dave Duncan, where if you know the secret word, you control whatever the word means. Kind of like when my mom uses my full name and I magically stop whatever I'm doing. That's terrifying magic. The word Unoni belongs to Princess Anois, who is really just a control freak and wants to get away from her dad who's pressuring her into marriage. And her friend Rap is stuck in the friend zone and tries to save her from a suave traveler named Andor. The traveler puts a spell on the princess, causing her to fall in love with him and give away her word of power. And in society today, we are starting to do the same thing.
The Trojans were on the cusp of victory, and they knew it. In one of history's greatest ironies, they were totally wrong. After a fruitless 10-year siege, the Greeks devised a diabolical plan to turn the tide of the Trojan War by building a big wooden horse and shoving a bunch of dudes in it. The Trojans saw the horse as a sign of surrender and brought it past the gates. That night, a group of cramped and probably sweaty soldiers seized the city. Using a technique never before seen, the Greeks were able to slip past a seemingly impenetrable barrier to attack their enemy on the other side. Thousands of years later, researchers at the University of Queensland have developed their own Trojan horse to sneak past our brains' protective gates. Not to fight Trojan soldiers, but rather Alzheimer's disease.
I'm not supposed to have favorites. But my favorite kids live right next door. Grace and Oliver. In the summer, water balloon fights are a must between the three of us. Cheating is also mandatory, because I can't throw more than 3 feet. So we would go outside and we would fight until we ran out of energy, water balloons, and I ran out of patience. After the sun goes down, we'd do something probably completely unsafe to do with a 1-year-old. We would start a fire. One of my all-time favorite movies is Mean Girls. In it, Janice Ian explains to new girl Katie that where she chooses to sit at lunch will make or break her year. She clues Katie in on the cliques peppered throughout the cafeteria. The band geeks at one table, the jocks at another, and right in the center of everything, the almighty plastics. While the movie is a hilarious take on the high school experience, I always wondered, why should Katie have to choose? So, for my first trek into the wild jungles of the cafeteria, I decided to take a different approach. Do you ever get a strange feeling in the middle of a conversation where something awkward has just been said, but you can't quite put your finger on it? You're taken aback, but you don't know why. I was working on homework with a friend at school. She's always been kind of a neat freak, but today she seemed more particular than usual. No, I would never say Jill's name out loud. It's her identity. But as we were finishing up, she put her papers in a stack, patted them against the desk, and made sure every edge was perfect. Satisfied with their crispness, she looked right at me and said, "I'm feeling so OCD today." I didn't know how to respond. I love a good road trip. I mean, who doesn't love eating at cool restaurants, getting lost on unnamed Amish roads, and taking bathroom breaks in sketchy rest areas? My favorite one last year was, of course, Birmingham, Alabama. 11 hours in a car can be really a really long time. However, the excitement of seeing that first road sign that read, Birmingham, 610 miles, got to us. One person screamed, "Birmingham!" followed by another, and then me. About an hour later, we repeated the process. Birmingham! 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 And once again, I was the last one to chime in. Jokingly, I was called the sad echo of the group.
I love the Fast and Furious franchise. You may think it's just a bunch of fast cars, explosions, and more fast cars, but to me, it's pure poetry. as in it's full of sound and fury and signifies nothing. In other words, the Parker Anderson story. But my favorite F&F scenes, real fans call it F&F, are the very creative action scenes. For example, in Furious 7, Vin Diesel, America's sweetheart, finds himself on top of a parking garage with Jason Statham. So naturally, they beat each other with lead pipes, driving cars into each other head on as a helicopter fires missiles at them. So Vin Diesel gets in his car, drives it off of a ramp in direction of said helicopter, escapes the car at the last second as a parking garage falls on top of him, narrowly avoiding a bag of grenades shot by Maui from Moana. Or Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Science class. Back in my day, when we used paper textbooks, kids would write things in the inside cover for all the other students to see. Most of those things I can't repeat. But let me tell you, middle schoolers are pretty creative. While these effects were harmful to my innocence, the most scarring moments in class were watching Planet Earth videos. Remember those? With the trees, the flowers, the casual bug sex scenes. My favorite moment was sitting in class and watching the narrator introduce this fluffy baby bunny, and the class collectively going, "Aww." And then, all of a sudden, this fox appears, and the music changes, and you know what's going to happen.
Every other Saturday, my family gathers at my aunt's house for game night. We never know what we're going to play, but on those nights when Monopoly's on the table, it's going down. 3 things are inevitable. 1, Uncle Rob will think he's John D. Rockefeller. 2, no one ever reads the rules, but everyone thinks they're an expert. And 3, at some point, Cousin Siobhan flipping over the board will end the game. It's like the old saying goes. The family that monopolies together drives home in awkward silence. We know Monopoly inspires tear-jerking, heartbreaking, life-threatening situations. But you might not have known that the drama of this game began over a century ago.
Okay. When I was 11, my cousins and I went through a phase of pretending we were a family of witches. And one of our favorite pastimes was mixing special potions with all my mom's lotions. One day, we realized we used up all the glass bottles, but wanted to keep mixing. I had noticed a container of hydrogen peroxide on my mom's bathroom cabinet shelf and decided, well, it would work perfect. I emptied it all out and filled it right back up with shampoo, bathroom cleaner, body lotion, and a dash of cologne. A perfect recipe, I thought, and I put it back on the shelf and forgot all about it. Until later that night, when I heard screams coming from the bathroom. Uh-oh. What I didn't realize is that my mom used that hydrogen peroxide as a mouthwash. So she had just taken a giant swig of my nasty concoction. She was furious. At first, but not long after, we both ended up laughing about it, which was pretty cool, considering the fact that if she swallowed that, she could have became really sick. But little did I know, she was already becoming sick of an entirely different potion, the one that made the beacon of light inside of her start to fade. As a child, we rely on our parents for a lot of things. Food, water, shelter. But sometimes, the child has to step up and play the parent role, exposing them to a world of evil.
And in Joey's case, this is exactly what is happening. Joey is forced to take care of his alcoholic mom. The true story of In Real Life by Joey Graceffa.
Thank you. I'm Monterey Jack Chester Ed Williamson III. Today on Totally Live with Monty, our theme is reconciliation. Reconciliation. Everyone loses friends. Has enemies. Except for me. Everyone loves me. And that's why on today's show, we'll be trying to get people to make up with each other. I'm sure you'll all remember my first guests. Years ago, these hideous-looking stepsisters were rivals at the heart of Cinderella's princely husband. Now, they work in a coal mine and have stepchildren of their own. Ew! Please welcome the Ugly Stepsisters! Thanks for being here, Ugly Sisters. Hey, shing, who you callin' ugly anyways? Oh! I'm sorry. I thought that's what everyone called you. Times have changed. Get with the picture, Jack. Forgetting is easy. Forgiving, however, is not. Will I forget that I gave my little brother a wedgie? Yeah. Will I forgive my older brother for giving me a wedgie? No. Absolutely not. Would Cinderella forgive her stepsisters? Let's tune into Totally Live with Monty, The Ever After by Nathan Hartswick. Whoa! You up early for a Sunday, Zell? And you're late, but hey, I'm glad to see you got your beauty rest. Wake it up, both of you. So, what are we looking at? You would be looking at 328 Chestnut, if it was here anymore. Accident? No. Bum! In the fairy tale criminal justice system, any crime is considered heinous. In the fairy tale world, dedicated detectives Humpty Dumpty, Rapunzel, and Cinderella investigate vicious felonies and are members of an elite group known as the Fairy Tale Police Department, or the FTPD. These are their stories. Bum! Law and Order Fairy Tale Unit by Jonathan Rand. Now, my little sugar plums, I hope you all know that the District 2 Cheer Championship is in 2 weeks. We did so well out there, Coach Tessa. You know what? I think I have a few words to say about it. Wow! If that's what you must do, little sugar plum. Thanks! I just wanted to say that you all were so awesome and super tastic out there, like, OMG. I was crying underneath my foundation. I was also crying right in here. That's my heart. Coach Tessa told me that since we were so glitter-tastic out there, I get to name an assistant cheer captain! Can I have a special drum roll, please? Our new assistant cheer captain is... Me? Of course it's you! Don't you have a few words to say about it? This could go on your card.
sausage recipe. Thanks. Couldn't be assistant cheer captain without you guys. Woohoo! Now, little honey bun, you call that a speech? I'm just overwhelmed. Now, little sweetie, winners don't get overwhelmed. We overwhelm the other competitors. I'm sorry. Oh, and don't forget, tomorrow we're gonna have a sleepover at Ben's house! Yay! Give me a B! Give me an E! Give me a T! Give me an H! What does that spell? Ben! Thank you.
Listen up. We built 7 tunnels. Still haven't found our way through the glass. I can tell y'all discouraged. And I don't blame you. Tunnel 7 was our most ambitious project to date, and y'all risked y'all's lives to make it happen. But rest assured, we'll be out of this hellish wasteland soon enough. I've got a plan.
What's the plan?
I'll show you. An 8th tunnel through the sand.
I don't know, sir. We've been digging tunnels ever since we got here. We lost men on the last tunnel. Brian, Jack, Lawrence.
I know their names.
Why don't we just give up?
I mean, what's the point? What is the point?
I'll tell it once, because it needs to be told, and then never again. It's not really important what you think about it anyway. I mean, it's happening. So, you got any kids? No? Well, let me tell you, there was nothing like them. Believe me. How's your drink? I figured the looser the better for this one, so bottoms up. When I spotted you, I figured you'd be a good listener. But if I'm lucky, you won't even remember this by tomorrow. So, I just got this call right before my wife, Deborah, was about to leave out to Safeway. I took it to the basement because it was from Chicago. It was a friend of mine, from school actually. And he'd heard this tip from work, and he wanted to call me with it. It was me. I was the one that would make up the Ford to be let go. He was sorry and all that, but when he hung up, I couldn't even look at my wife. I just stood there kind of staring at everything that we had gathered in 10 years. Our house, our things, everything that we had built together. Our family. Just like that. Gone.
Maybe I can make one.
Build me.
What?
I said build me.
Is that a talking piece of wood?
I said build me!
Oh, what do you know, a puppet? Pinocchio. Oh, who am I kidding? He'll never be a real boy. What do you think, Figaro?
Meow.
Yeah, you're right. Hey, look, Figaro, a shooting star! It's gone. Oh, shooting star that shines so bright, won't you grant this wish tonight, that my puppet becomes a real boy, that I can hold, cuddle, and touch. Amen.
Now that's the engine right there, huh? I've been looking for an engine like this one for some years now. I mean, this thing was so hot back in the day. They used to put them up in the aeroplanes and now I'm gonna put her in old Jim. Hey, Walter, hey, come and help your old man with the car, huh? Boy, just stop talking about it and grab those radiator caps for me, huh? Without the lip. Thank you. Now, I used to tell my sons Walter and Linus that it was all about the green, baby. You know, I used to say, if you want something this nice, well, you're gonna need some spending money, folding money, and don't ever let nobody, and I mean nobody, ever take your money. Yeah, but I ain't say that no more. What I say now, Walter? I say, you need a mojo. Yeah, mojo will give you the say-so over your own life. Mojo will get you through times of terror, desperation, hell, even surprise. But, you ain't nothing surprised me no more. I mean, it's been 3 years. I think I'm finally ready to take it all on.
Adderall, Ritalin, Concerta. As a child, I considered having to sit still the highest form of torture. At times, my dad would just scoop me up in his arms and lock me there for 90 seconds. But, like a wind-up toy held in the air, the second he put me down, I would just start going and going and going and going. An estimated 6.4 million children, ages 4 through 17, have received an ADHD diagnosis at some point in their lives. A 41% rise in the past decade. My mom lets me have a piece of candy for breakfast. I swallow and follow with a glass of Nesquik. It's not your ordinary candy. This stuff is magical. It comes in an orange tube. Mommy calls it Adderall. It doesn't taste sweet, but it makes me not act upon my symptoms of ADHD. Stimulants like Ritalin or Adderall can drastically improve the lives of those living with ADHD, but can also lead to addiction, anxiety, and occasionally psychosis.
Kent was one of those kids who were always on the first name basis with a receptionist in the principal's office. Shirley. One of those kids who grew up hiding in the bathroom to escape reading out loud. One of those kids who had a plan for suicide at the time he was 12. If we don't take the time to diagnose, then we are going to have to pay the price. A 2017 study at the Center for Disease Control concluded that the number of children diagnosed with ADHD rose 42% in the past 8 years. While we may be quick to point the finger at an ADHD epidemic, according to Mother Jones, on February 24, 2015, overdiagnosis is to blame. And we should be skeptical of the $13 billion pharmaceutical industry profiting off of us. The treatment for ADHD has improved so many lives, but when 1 in 5 children are misdiagnosed, that is not improvement. A program.
Closing time, buddy. Last barfly is leaving. Have fun. I said closing time. C-L-O. Gin time now. Now move on, fair moves. Dear Lord, I'd like to thank you for a $10 day. Nobody got shot. Nobody got sick. And everybody spent lots of money. Can't ask for nothing better than that. Year of our Lord, 1852. Oh, quiet. Oh, you got a problem? You panty-faced, mule-mouthed, squint-eyed, lily-livered, rooster-loving coward? Draw! Yeah, that's right. I didn't think so. John Woodring once said, "The only difference between gold and fool's gold is the man who owns it." Wish I would have come up with that. Oh, wait. I did. Award-winning playwright John Drury proves to us that greed and cleverness might be the only weapons we need to succeed in a Western mining camp of the 1850s. So strap on your gun, saddle up, and get ready to ride, Pilgrim. From Gold Dust by John Drury.
And next up will be Holly performing poetry.
Listen, his father made a habit out of hitting him, see.
Some men drink, some men yell, some men hit their children, but this man did it all. Because all men want their boys to be geniuses. Beethoven. For the people who keep asking me why I still do slam, because the microphone slouches like a bad boy I want to choke, because sometimes the poem punches its way off of my tongue, and other times it needs to be dragged out of my rib cage by its hair, because sometimes I have said things in front of a room full of strangers that I would never say to my mother. And for good reason. Bear with me as we see California my way. We got rappers, poets, sculptors, artists. I've been raised here to express myself. The life story of poor Vincent is full of his struggles. Mental illness affected him for many years. He fell in love so many times. But all of his attempts at finding happiness did fail, because I have heard poets say things in front of a room full of strangers that made me sweat, made me want to push further, risk everything, be that beautiful. Because sometimes I have felt that beautiful. Because sometimes I have felt ugly too, and it was okay. Because I still have stories to tell. Poet Lord Byron once proclaimed, "We of the craft are crazy." And for years, researchers have observed the uncanny connections between creativity and mental illness, uncovering that those who devote their lives to the fine arts can often be driven to an unhealthy mental state. Whether from outside pressures, society's obsession with tortured artists, or the constant emotional outpour of the arts, we have lost many fantastic painters, musicians, and actors alike due to this often ignored problem. And it's time we pay attention. Artfully Insane, a program, because engaging in the arts is beneficial for all humans, and we need to make it safe too.
And finally performing POI, Ella.
Wonder Woman is an Amazon from an island of women who left ancient Greece to escape the enslavement of men. Star-spangled costume, superhuman powers, and a lasso of truth. But if a man binds her with chains, she loses all of her Amazonian strength. There is a fetishistic sexual aspect to all of this. The bondage, the costume, the way she looks is all for the sexual arousal of men. All right, this is the LFL, the Lingerie Football League. The players are doing their promotional shots for MTV. Too. The women are posed provocatively with hips and shoulders turned to emphasize curves and cleavage. Hey, get lots of great Rhea shots. Julian Blanc is a self-styled pickup artist. Videos of his seminars show him advocating and even demonstrating his techniques, which include grabbing women by the throat and forcing women's heads into his crotch. My sweetheart says, I can no longer watch the news. You worry too much. And he is right. My fear is a drilling, constant, blood thick. That girl in the suitcase, that wife in the river, that woman in the Elevator! Needed me. I hate seeing guys fight, but I have to admit that I love to see two women slug it out. All that hair tugging and fist flying. Men! Well, I can't resist. In her 2013 study entitled Violence Against Women and Media, researcher Amy Vega Montiel notes that portrayal of violence against women, whether physical, sexual, or psychological, has long served as a fetishistic pillar of society, primarily for male consumption. From female superheroes in skin-tight costumes, tired images of women mud wrestling, to a nationwide popularity of 50 Shades of Grey, popular culture tells women that violence against our bodies is not only permissible, but is sexy. This normalization of patriarchal fantasies has very real consequences, perpetuating sexual violence beyond the TV screen. We can no longer condone media that normalizes harm against women. A program, because normalized violence will never be sexy.
You want to know something crazy? I used to think that Colonel Sanders was my grandpa. My grandma told me he was once. And kids believe that stuff. And there used to be this KFC down the street. You know, I'd go there sometimes and I'd talk to him. Like he was my actual grandpa. Tell him all sorts of things. You know, and whenever I figured out I was a lesbian, well, want to know who I was most worried about finding out? The Colonel! And now I work here! So, listen, I know you're probably thinking 101 things right now. Those police officers showing up this morning. Well, first off, it's not like I killed someone. Okay, I ain't no criminal. You know, sometimes I think I'm just the most normal girl in the world. Not tall, not short, not smart, but not too dumb. Not pretty, but not ugly. Right. You know, when the police were looking for me, I bet they asked, well, what'd she look like? And people would say, real normal. I'm just scared. You know, I mean, you have no friggin' idea. I mean, you can hide all you want. But in the Army, well, I couldn't. You know, they're always gonna find you and destroy you. But, well, I'm tired of running.
Up there? Dreaming. Eat that toast. Oh. Swallow it. All right. See? Dad, you've got to learn how to take care of yourself. You can't keep going on like this. What have you got planned for today? I'm going to fly! Are you? Now, yes!
And I'm going to enter the competition. The Great Human Bird Competition. And I'm going to win.
Don't be silly, Dad.
Aunt Doreen might pop by today. Not her again! Yes, her, Dad. Look, Aunt Doreen loves you, just like I do. And she worries about you. So be nice to her. I don't think I should leave you here alone. Of course you should! You gotta go to school! Oh, Dad, come on! You can go, I'll be fine here. Tweet, tweet! Oh my gosh. Bye, Dad. My dad and I have a great relationship. Mainly revolves around us telling really bad jokes, though. Why was the cheese all by itself? Because it was provolone! Why did the coffee file a police report? Because it got mugged! Lizzie soon realizes that the only thing worse than a dad joke is a dad bird. My dad's a bird man. By David out. Nobody ever warned me about raising a boy. Nobody ever said, be prepared for dirt, or don't paint your walls white. But that was all stuff I could have guessed. I could have guessed that a boy would be messy and rambunctious. I'm not stupid. I think the hardest part about raising a boy is as he grows older, you watch him become a man, like his father. You only have a little boy for like 10 minutes, and then poof, they're the spitting image of your husband. It's like you get this gift from God for all of 10 minutes, and then they're all grown up. How on earth can you prepare them for life? 10 minutes. Theoretical physicist Stephen Hawking explained that the human capacity for guilt is such that people can always find ways to blame themselves. A mother often wonders whether or not she's raising her child correctly and can be plagued by the ideas of herself as the worst possible parent. Author Bridget Gray-Sheep explores the anxieties of parenting and suggests that the only perfect parent is the one that loves their child. You Are My Sunshine by Bridget Gray-Sheep.
Catholic in Louisiana, Mr. Jack Smith.
Step right up. Come and see these amazing freaks of nature. You will be amazed. You will be thrilled. And you'll be frightened. Behold, this is Giganto, the incredibly strong guy. Hello. Amazing! And behold, this is Telekinetic Lucy. She can levitate anything. Hi there, my name is Telekinetic Lucy. Watch in amazement as I levitate myself. Amazing! And finally, this is Omnivora. She can eat anything. Hi there, my name's Omnivora. Watch in amazement as I eat this brick right here. Let's try this again. Yum! Wow, that was amazing. And finally, the best for last. Watch in amazement as I, Steve, flick my thumb back. Hey, kid, watch out. Huh? Oh. Thanks. Hey, can I have a job application? Sure, kid. Here you go. Thanks. You're gonna need your birth certificate, social security card, 3 letters of recommendation, and of course, your previous work history. I don't have any of that, but I can eat my own face. You're hired. Life is hard. I mean, I had to cut this piece, write an intro, and then memorize it. I mean, what's next? Performing it to the best of my ability? Yes. But when life gets hard, I like to do one certain thing. I take a step back and look at those who have it worse than me. For example, Bobby Wilson Can't Eat His Own Face by Don Zelitis.